Hello guys, my name is Ant Chancellor, soon to be AOD Chancellor, and I am here bringing you my new series of videos on War of Nations. And before I even start, I would like to give a shout out to AOE the Preacher for all of his awesome videos surrounding War of Nations. And I'm gonna try to start really early, starting with the basics and everything. In this video, I will only be covering the really basics, such as resources, patch levels, and different type of bases. As you can see, I'm also really late in the game. I'm at level 46 already, and I'm gonna give you all a snapshot of my stats, just to see how far ahead in the game I am, and I'm gonna try to make it really so that even if you're not this late in the game, you can start and know what you're doing. And this is only for the basic noob or like just a beginner who started the game. Just for the record, I'm also a non-coiner. I don't spend money on this game. You don't have to be really rich to make it this high. All you really need is to get in a really good alliance and also be very active, and it takes a really long time and hard work to get this high. So let's start with the basic part of this video. I will start with the different resources. You have basically 6 different type of resources. You have your iron, your oil, and around my home base there's no uranium or titanium, but you also do have your uranium and titanium patches. I'm gonna try to get to the center in a bit to show you what they look like. And you also have your cash and your fuel resources. Now, your fuel or what keeps your troops alive so that you don't lose them or they don't die from lack of fuel. And your cash is just your money you use to upgrade stuff, and you use it with a certain type of resource, either oil or iron. Oil and iron are what you use to build your certain type of troops. Let me get into my factories real quick, show you what troops you can build with what. Your jeeps you can build with iron and oil. Your tanks, same thing, iron and oil. And your arachnids, you need iron and uranium. And uranium, you can also use it to build troops as well. Your helicopters, you only need iron and oil. Your hailstorms, you need oil and titanium. Your stealth drones or scouts, you need iron and oil. And your rocket trucks, you also need iron and oil. Your hammerheads, you need iron and oil. I am sorry, I have my chat open for line. Your centurions, you need titanium and uranium. Your transports, you need iron and oil. Your hawks, you need iron and oil. Your bombers, you need iron and oil. And I think my game just lagged a little bit. There you go. Okay. Your artillery, you also need iron and oil. Your titans, you need oil and titanium. Your hellfires, you need iron and uranium. And your railgun tanks, you need uranium and titanium. And those are the basic troops and what you need to build them. Now I'm gonna try to get to the center to show you the uranium and titanium patches. In the center, the coordinates are 0 and 0. So as soon as my game loads, I should take you there. 0 and 0. Okay, here is a titanium patch. This is what they look like without anything on it. And they're really rare. They come with a certain amount of resources in them, so you can't really use them like you use oil and iron patches. Up to looking for uranium. There's a uranium. There's a uranium patch. It's almost the same thing as titanium. They also have a certain amount of resources in them, and once you build on them, you use up all the resources that disappear. So now let's go back to my home base. Now those are the different type of resources you need. Now you also, for your refineries and your cash, trade centers, your refineries make your fuel, and your trade centers. I don't know if I have any. I think I should have at least one. Should be in Tango. And your trade centers. Oh, there's one. Your trade centers make your cash. And now, onto the levels of patches. Patches come with different levels, and different levels tells you how much. In case of iron and oil, they tell you how much resources they can produce. Like a level 1 patch can only produce a certain amount per hour, and the level, let's say 8, will produce a certain amount per hour at the same level of mines. So if I go to my home base, for example, I have a level 1 patch, as you can see, a level 1 patch and a level 9 oil derrick, and it produces 4,128 oil per hour at 100%. And then let's say I move on to one of my 38s, which should be Tango. Okay, on my Tango, as you can see, it's also level 9 oil derrick, but as you can see, it's a level 10 oil patch, and it produces 10,000 per hour oil at 100% efficiency. So the different level of the patch tells you how much more per hour they can produce when you're talking about oil and iron. Now, when you're talking about titanium and uranium, the patch tells you how much total they have inside. Like, let's say a level 9 patch will probably have about 800K uranium in it, compared to a level 6 patch, which probably have about 500 or something in it. Now, those are the simple basics for patches and resources. I'm in the Rec number 2 Alliance, and I have all of my bases or super bases. I have 5 38s and 4 34s, and I have my home base, which has like all factories in it. Now, onto the different type of bases. There are 3 basic base types. You have your OPs, which are smaller bases, which look like normal NPCs, or you can just build them. They come with 6 areas you can build on, and then you can build them on patches, so you can have a patch spot where you can build your stuff, or you can build them on totally nothing, so you can just build anything you want on it. And then you have your NPC 34s, which look like kind of like these, but NPCs. These are already built and remodeled and everything, but you can tell the difference between an NPC 34 and an NPC 38, like my alpha, on the number of resources they have on them. Now, the 34 only has 2 of each resources. It has 2 iron derricks and 2 iron derricks, as you can see, like on nope, that's 30. Like on here, you have 1 oil, and then you have 1 iron and 1 iron. So you have 2 different resources, and you have 2 of each. And then on a 38, as you can see on my Echo, you have 1 iron, 1 iron, 1 iron, 1 iron, and you have 1 oil, 1 oil, 1 oil, and 1 oil. So you have 4 of each resources, as compared to a 34 where you have 2 of each. And that's basically it for the resources and types. If you need help with the different buildings, I would just put that in the end just to be sure. You have your warehouses to help your storage. The more warehouses you have, the more storage you have. But just for the record, if you decide to raid for your resources, you can go above the maximum. As you can see, my maximum is at 3.3 million, and my money is past that, and my fuel is also past that. So if you raid, you can get above what is recommended. Your refineries make your fuel. The more fuel you have, the higher or bigger army you can keep. And your factories, they make your troops, obviously. So they're very important. I have a total of about 70 factories right now or something, so I can build quite a huge army. And your trade centers, where your cash is made. This far ahead in the game, you don't really need trade centers anymore, because you can basically raid NPCs for them. And as you can see, I only have 1 now. In total of all my bases, I only have one trade center, and that's pretty much it. You have your buildings such as your DG or defense grids and your sensor towers, which tell you the incoming, and your defense grids help your long range units, which will all be covered later in the game about defenses and attacks and all of that. And so that will be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe for the upcoming videos and like my Facebook page, as I put the link below for y'all to check it out. And thank you again for watching. I hope you all enjoy it. You can post things you want me to talk about later. Anything else, I'll be happy to put in for y'all. And thank y'all. Peace out.